Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio Heavily Modded. I'm changing the way I'm doing my voiceover a little bit now. Instead of recording it through Audacity separately, I'm recording it through my editing software, so let me know how this works. We just fixed the issue with the iron smelter that's been there for a few videos, where the fuel had backed up the lines because I had rebuilt it the wrong way. This wall was just destroyed, so we're going to fix that up. But we're going to start out here for a few minutes. And actually, kind of this whole video, it's going to be us walking around, fixing things in our base, and finding new problems, expanding a couple things. But yeah, we're still crafting tech cards in order to finish researching the nanobots, which are basically going to be our early construction bots. So apologize for my voice sounding a little clogged, because my nose is clogged because there's a heater on in the room. But that's okay. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and get these walls repaired. Just get everything fixed up here. Gonna hydrate. Alright, we're fixing some issues with the stone smelter when we replaced the fuel belt to be underground so we could run power lines. Some of the inserters didn't quite line up. And then we're going to expand our wall and put a turret up here to allow for us to defend this area, because we had one of our drills broke down just a minute ago. We're now going to walk over here and we're going to check on the zircon production because we're not getting nearly enough. Don't ask me why I just refueled those stone brick furnaces when we have some being made already, but I did. So we're now going to go over here. Before we do the zircon issue, we're going to go down to the lead. We're going to refuel the furnaces here on the way. We're going to do a little bit of reworking with this lead mining area just to allow for more efficient use of space. Well, not more efficient use of space, but more space inside the walls here. Now, I know that I should be probably using a double-layered wall pretty soon. Right now, single layer is holding the biters off, but it won't be very long, and it will need to be double-layered, or else the biters will just completely destroy it. The biters and the spitters. But yeah, we're gonna have to do some of that, pretty quick and pretty soon. Especially because I know what happens in the next video because I've already recorded that one. I apologize for not posting yesterday, by the way. Life just kind of got busy. We had to go to the store yesterday, and we were out for a few hours getting groceries and things that we needed. So, I apologize for that. But I plan to record, and I know I had said it was going to be every day, but based on the events that's going on day to day for me, it's probably going to end up being probably 3 times a week. And we'll try to record Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So look forward for videos on that. For now, I'm going to do a video today and tomorrow, and then one on Saturday that I'm going to post. So I may not record them on those days, but that's the days I'm going to post. But now we're going to walk over here. We're going to look at zircon and see, okay, how much zircon do we need to add through electric miners to build the stone walls. And there will be a quick little spot while I'm typing in here where I accidentally pressed my hotkey to stop recording, which is numpad 0, and but it'll come right back split second. You won't even notice it. Watch, I'll show you. It's going to be right here. There it was. You see, you didn't even notice it. But anyway, I really need to do something. I tried to rebind those hotkeys, but there's just not a very good way to do it. But that's the whole the video ends by me pressing that button accidentally anyway, so it's not a big deal to me. As long as I notice it when I do it, then it's fine. But when I accidentally don't do it and don't notice it, then it's a problem. Well, I don't know if this video ended that way, but one of the videos did. While I was doing Hellmod planning, I just accidentally typed in numpad 0 and it turned off OBS. But anyway, so we're now going to build a quick electric miner setup for zircon. We're going to put 10 miners down because that'll be 2 miners more than we need, and it's always good to have a little bit of an oversupply than it is to not have enough. So I'm going to leave a space around the back side of each set of miners for power poles, and then we're going to patch that wall back up. Now we're going to put the power poles down. Sorry, chair's a little squeaky. Power all these miners. We're going to connect it up and then put a turret down here to protect it. And I don't know why I put it all the way in the corner. It'd been smarter to put it closer to the miners, but that's how I did it. This area doesn't usually get attacked, so at the time I just wasn't thinking about it. But yeah. Alright, so now we're going to come over here back to our base. We're going to delete this old stone mining facility and the brick forge because we don't really need it right now. So yeah. But alright, we're going to go ahead and seal up the wall there, and over here where the copper was, or not copper, iron, delete the old power lines and rewire that for the bakelite, temporary bakelite setup. We are getting into the stage where we have a much bigger factory now. We were already getting swarmed by biters. We're going to readjust this belt real quick as well, but we're already getting swarmed by biters and spitters and whatever else, and now it's just getting to be out of hand. So we really need to buckle down on this wall creation thing, and so that's what I'm going to be doing here in a minute. At some point, I think that's what I'm actually getting ready to do now. I'm going to go and create more stone productions, more stone brick production, so that I can have enough to build walls and from our current stone brick production up here. Double the or add more furnaces and whatnot. So yeah, we're going to add a couple more stone drills to power that. We're going to now readjust our mining facilities or our smelting facilities here, adding up to, I think we have, let's see, that's 12, 13 furnaces now. We're going to turn that into 29 furnaces. Just quickly put blueprint down. We're just going to work around this alumina area here. But there we go. So that's actually 31, so we delete 2 of them. Now we have 29. So then delete this quick dead tree that was just sitting here and the belt, and readjust this turret so we can have the space for what we need. And now we're going to go ahead and hook everything up. First we're going to set the furnaces to craft while we're doing the rest of this. Set up the inserters. So that power pole will be deleted here in a second. There we go. Continue to put these inserters here the same way as the other ones, and redo this aluminum belt to get it out of the way. Just kind of make it a little smaller, more compact. I just realized that balancer is damaged. I did not realize that in this video or the next one, so that's going to be interesting. I'm going to place the workbench, make this crafting go a little bit quicker here. And this video, guys, I'm just doing ×2 speed. I'm not doing multiple times the speed, so you know, some of these crafting windows might take a little while, but that'll give me more chance to speak to you. But anyway, just placing the long-handed inserters down. And at first I was like, okay, well, we'll just leave that belt across there full, but then I thought, you know, I realized, oh, well, what about power lines? There's still no way to do that, so then I'm going to put the underground belts right back the way they were. So see, this is where I realized, oh wait, the power lines won't reach those inserters over there, so I'm going to have to still put underground belts. So, there we go. Everything's powered up. Set the recipe. Then put outputs for the furnaces now, because none of them have outputs yet of the new furnaces. Power those and run the belt along the back and along this side as well. We're just going to pop it up and over the alumina belt there, the triple splitter that I've set up, and then power those inserters. There are more efficient ways to use the power poles, but I did not do that at this point. And we're going to put a splitter there, a belt balancer, and run it out back onto our stone brick belt. And then right here in this little area, we're going to actually put our stone wall assembler. Just one 2x2 assembly machine makes one stone wall a second, so that's all we need, and that's perfect. Just connect it up to the power grid, set it to stone walls, and from now we will theoretically make one a second as long as we're putting enough stone in there. So I put 2 fast inserters as inputs and a single regular inserter as an output. Now we're going to work on connecting this wall over here. Originally I looked for research for the radar, because that's kind of on the list. So I'm like, okay, well, let's research the Sentinel, because that'll get us to the radar closer. But let's go ahead and finish the nanobots. So I do that, and the nanobots are great, but then the Sentinel just never gets finished because other research takes priority as we work through it. So I'm just going to delete some of this unnecessary wall area here, because we've got the big wall down at the bottom of the base blocking off this whole area, so there's no point in having all these extra unnecessary walls, you know, taking up space and keeping us from walking through the places here into our base. So just deleting it all the way up to this corner, and then we're going to build over and go up alongside these power lines here to just keep as many of these power lines in our base as we can within the confines of the wall. Then we're going to come over across this area and build the wall up past these trees here to finish it off. So we've just completed the research on nanobots, and we're starting Sentinel research. Nanobots are pretty cool. They're like the early construction bots that I've got installed, but they do not have a RoboPort. They just use, you know, your personal area to create as a RoboPort. You can see I just put 6 extra miners here in the coal, because we were running short on coal production to power our base here, and that was causing us a lot of problems in the long run. Really, I should be using processed fuel for that, but I want to get rid of that coal vein out of the middle of the base, because there's no reason to have it. It's just not rich enough. There's not enough stuff there. So now we can see there's a ton of bases that have showed up on our doorstep right here. So we're going to come over here and take care of that. But yeah, we do not have nearly the amount of ammo to take care of all these bases, and I don't realize that until just here in a second. But there are tons of enemies that have just shown up right here. I'm just going to kill this last worm, and then I think the biters, and I'm going to go get some more ammo. But you can see all of these biters and spitters that have shown up just to destroy us here. And our turrets are having trouble taking care of them because there's so many spitters. But that is the problem, because when I left expansion, when I set up expansion on this world, I left it pretty well default. and that means that they're expanding very, very quickly because it's the rampant mod as well. So I really should have changed those settings down, but it's too late now. We're already into it, so yeah. Now we're getting attacked by a wave, a rampant wave, which is great, always fun. This turret's run out of ammo, so I have to restock it with ammo. And now I can come over here and deal with the bases that were at our doorstep here. Kill off the worms, kill off the bases. Spitters first, then the biters here. Still just tanking everything with our power armor. But we do get down pretty low here, so I quickly want to get rid of as many worms as I can because those cost the most HP. And then the little spitters and biters will also need to be gotten rid of. But I end up using all 5 of my med packs here because the spitters have poisoned me and set me on fire, or whatever you want to call it. So I use all 5 of those med packs. And then I'm like, well, wait, there's more bases down here. And a worm, once again, right here next to our base. They just show up really quickly here. And this is not the only spot that's going to be affected by this. We're actually, not this video, but the next video, as I was recording it, another set of nests showed up next to our coal mine up there. So we're going to have to quickly get through the next set of military science. So I go ahead and quickly put that in there, and then I realize that's going to take a whole lot of green science that we don't have production of yet. But I leave it on there just because, well, I guess we can just work our way towards it. And then I think, well, what's the next step? You know, there's no other way to get any kind of upgrade for our weapons except for just physical damage and for shotgun turrets. And the shotgun turrets, they might be kind of useful, but at the same time, they don't really do a whole lot, especially when you've got all these biters. They're about the same as these gun turrets are in effectivity. So it's really no point to bother putting the research time in that when we don't have any automated research yet. That's something we'll work on in the next video, because this video, I kind of got sidetracked trying to fight off the biters mainly, and also get health packs, because I do not have any med packs, and if I go attack these bases and I'm down on health, then I'm stuck. I'm going to go ahead and add as many miner drones as I can to this lead facility here to continue to get more and more lead going in, hopefully to create more ammo. Then I'm going to craft a bunch of ammo just in my inventory here. About 200 cases of it here, because we're going to go on a killing spree, take care of a bunch of enemies and biters down there in the southeastern territory. Then I'm looking at the nanobots here. Go and craft the nanobots and gun and 4 of the cartridges for the construction bots. So what they do is basically they act as construction bots. They will not deconstruct anything, but they will construct anything, and they will also repair things. So anything that's been damaged, they'll repair it by using their durability. They'll also, anything that has been destroyed, they will replace using anything in my inventory. But they also, at the same time, will also build blueprints. So you can see all of these spitters come at us, however many nests there were down here. They were building another wave to come attack us. So it's just like, and the thing is, these worms, the reason I go for the worms first usually is because the worms actually heal the spitters by shooting at me. So when they're shooting at me and the spitters and biters are attacking me, those spitters and biters are actually getting healed because of the worms shooting at me. So now I'm going to slowly take out these nests. This is very inefficient, but we don't have, we could do turret creeping, but the problem is we then have to make a bunch of turrets, and that costs a decent amount of resources. This is working decent for us at the moment, so that's what we're using. But pretty soon we're going to have to change it. And you saw when we tried to use the car that we found that it just didn't work and the car was destroyed. So that's not happening either. But we're just slowly going to kill off these worms. Then we're going to kill off these bases because this is the big area. This is where all of them are coming from at the moment. Really attacking us. Now, this mod pack has, I'm not sure exactly which mod it is, but it requires you to aim wherever you want to shoot, so that's why you see me hovering my mouse over these enemies and it only shooting in the right spot that I'm aiming at. So you see it skipping over those biters and then attacking that worm, because that's actually very useful. We're now going to use the rest of our ammo pretty well trying to destroy these two biter spawners, because these biter spawners are huge and take a lot of ammunition to destroy. So that's where that's going. And we have 19 ammo left. There's not nearly enough to go fight anything else. So we're going to head back to the base. Try to get some more ammo to finish off those bases down there, but they're still not the best. It's not the best idea. But it's what we have to do. We have to protect ourselves. And there's a lot of biters on this world, a lot of spitters on this world, and they're always going to continuously attack us. So we just have to do what we can. I'm looking for the recipe for something. Oh, I think fish. I was looking to see, can you craft fish? And yes, you can, but not where we're at now. You have to have a microgravity growth area. So I'm wondering about if I might can find a fish pond mod instead of having to use, because this mod pack also does not, fish don't like to come close to the shore. I know in normal Factorio you can use inserters to take the fish out of the water and put them into chests, but in this mod pack the fish like to stay out in the deep water, so you can't really do that. So I'm wondering about now, looking at it, is there a mod that I could have, that I could download that would create a a fish pond or something, kind of like what you see in is it C Block? I think it's C Block has a fish pond, um, if I remember right. But anyway, I also wanted to mention, guys, so we actually got struck by a meteor. This is not what I wanted to mention, but we got struck by a meteor, and now you can see those bots working. See what they did. They repaired everything and destroyed, or fixed the destroyed buildings as well. But anyway, I wanted to mention I have actually never beat a vanilla game of Factorio, I think, because I don't have any achievements for that, which I might have a long time ago, but not in the newest updates. That would have been way back in, like, you know, 0.7, 0.8, 0.8, 0.7, because I started playing, you know, first or second update of the game, and back in 2016, and so it's like, you know, whenever that was, I don't know exactly what version it was. It might have been version 1.0, but I might have completed the game then, and I just didn't have the achievements for it. But I might not have. I just can't remember that far back. Um, oh, we didn't actually find a car yet. Oh, well, that's a little bit of a spoiler. I'm sorry. Um, in space exploration, you can actually find cars just out in these abandoned bases, and there's one right there. That's our first one that we find here. I didn't realize. Uh, sorry about that. I kind of spoiled that. But yeah, this is a car. It just needs to be repaired. And there's a box of fuel right next to it that we can use for it, which we don't really have to. We can just use the processed fuel we already have, but we're going to use that fuel and stick some ammo in it, just because we feel like it. So now we've got a car, and we can run around wherever we want to. I'm going to check out this little area here. There's a solar panel and an accumulator we're going to grab, and then start driving around, just exploring around our base, because we don't really have a good idea of what's around our world. There's a little orchard or a culture farm or something there, and another car sitting right here. So we now have a second car. Because of the spoiler I gave you a minute ago, that car doesn't last us quite a while, but there's actually was 3 cars there, and 2 of them were destroyed. But yeah, then we're going to grab this reactor area here, get the few mining drills and the chemical plant and whatnot. The covert reactor, or not reactor, but the centrifuge, whatever it's called. Um, Yeah. So now we're going to come on down here, just look around to see what there is. And I'm continuously hitting these rocks, hitting a bunch of trees, doing all these things. Um, just kind of exploring around our base area and looking for lead. So there's a tiny itty bit of lead there, 76,000 lead there. We have more of it at our base than what's in that little patch right there. Um, but I spend this whole time just looking for a lead patch because lead is very important to our needs to destroy the biters because we're using tons of it. So every 10 bullets, I think it's 10 bullets per pack. Every 10 bullets we shoot costs us 4 lead plates, um, which is kind of expensive, um, especially when we don't have a huge lead pocket at our base. But as we go around this whole area, you can see there's not a lot of biters in these areas. Mainly because I think they weren't explored areas, and I just got shot by these turrets. They wasted all their ammo on me, and I'm glad the car wasn't destroyed at this time, but I destroyed the turrets. I could have just broken them and then had the turrets, and I don't know why I didn't think about that. But anyway, I take down the turrets, and I take down the walls, and then I'm repairing the car. I try to use the nanobots, but they don't repair the car for some reason. Just buildings, I guess. There's a Tiberium field. That stuff is horrendous. It's great for research and stuff, and the stuff you can get from it is great, but it damages buildings and vehicles and people. So here's where we destroy this car. Just straight up destroy it because we didn't. Yeah. Anyway, the car is not nearly as resistant to attacks as we are. But yeah. So I'm taking this other car back to the base to get more ammo. But and to explore some more around here. But yeah, so we do. What was I saying? Well, I forget. Anyway, doesn't matter, I'm sure. But yeah, we're just going around here, looking around what we have within this confines of this world, and kind of planning out. Uh, Not only are we looking for lead, but we're planning out. Oh, Tiberium. But anyway, we're planning out walls is what we're looking for, ways to block off the world from the biters to get into our base. So that's what we're hoping to do. But anyway, Tiberium actually will damage buildings and entities on top of it, including biters and the spitters and bases and such, but also our own stuff. Um, and it also expands, so it takes over the world just like the biters do. But Tiberium takes over the world, and its radiation is basically what happens. So it's like, when I picked up those 3 pieces of aluminum or whatever, or not aluminum, uranium before. It's like that. Another couple laser turrets, by the way. Um, but instead, but it's like a lot worse, and so it just continuously just hurts us and hurts our stuff and anything around it. It won't hurt. So once it's mined, it will not hurt buildings or anything, but it will continue to hurt us, and it will also, even the Tiberium science packs hurt us through radiation. So you have to get the right kind of materials to handle that, or else you will be stuck with radiation poisoning until you die. So I actually have another world that was more of a testing world where I had mistakenly set the richness of the Tiberium up. It's all the way and everything, and the expansion and the size and everything, and it was almost completely surrounded by Tiberium. And ended up getting radiation poisoning, but it was on a world where I was in God mode, so I wouldn't die, but I was still as a character, and I ended up having radiation poisoning, and it never goes away. So yeah, so if you get radiation poisoning from Tiberium, um, it will kill you no matter what. So we are trying our best to avoid that because we haven't died so far, and I like to keep it that way. Just casually driving through this forest, knocking all the trees down. But yeah, I'd like to keep it that way. I don't want to have any deaths in this series if we can help it. But yeah, I keep hitting these rocks, man. It's just like I've been watching some. So there's some more lead all the way up here, and it's still not a big patch, but it's big enough. It's 561,000. We have 165,000 at our base, but there's barely anything anywhere closer, except that little 76,000 patch, and that's nothing. But anyway, yeah, what I was saying was I've been watching some of Truepin, his Factorio videos, and that's one thing he does. He's like he hits a rock with his car. And he says rock, But it's kind of like that. There's another meteorite I didn't realize, but that is a meteorite just crashed there. That's why there's no trees around it. I decided to do the smart thing and walk through that forest there instead of driving through it because I was like, well, that's a pretty big forest. I'm gonna come down to this lake and kind of just look and see, okay, what are these things? They're not really important. But I'm mainly just exploring this little section of the map and looking for fish. There are some there, but like I said, they're kind of in the deeper waters area. But yeah, just kind of clearing this little area over here that we missed earlier. So that's actually 3 meteorites right there that I just completely walked by. But it's kind of interesting to see these things because we were notified about that, but we never saw them. So now I'm just fishing real quick for a few fish here, trying to catch them, and we can actually reach pretty far out into the water because it's just our building reach, and we're right next to our coal patch, by the way. So the coal patch is actually right there. You can see it in the bottom right corner of the screen and now you can see the drills. But we're just kind of getting a few fish because that way we can build some med packs, which we end up using them for first aid kits instead of med kits, because that's all we had the materials for. I'm also going to rearrange our our tags here for our factory. Just put them over where the factories are actually at. But yeah, this is about the end of the video here. We've got about a minute left here. I really wanted to say that I appreciate everybody continuing to watch this series. I realize that the 20 and 30-minute videos get a lot more views than the longer 42, 43-minute videos do. So I'm going to try and stick to that time frame. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody watching this, and I really enjoy making this for y'all. I really hope that we can continue this playthrough on this world. But another thing I wanted to mention, like I said, I don't think I've ever actually beaten the base game of Factorio. I just kind of jumped straight into space exploration and everything. So if y'all want to see that series of me just playing Factorio and beating it just the normal game, let me know. I will definitely do that. That would be great. Just put that down in the comments. But I've kind of done a lot of free play, not free play, but like God mode, sandbox mode experimentation of Factorio, just to kind of see what I can do and what things I can make. So that's why I am as decent at it as I am. But yeah, if you'd like to see me actually play the whole base game all the way through, let me know. I'd be happy to do so. On a quick series or maybe 1 or 2 videos or so. I don't know exactly how long it would take me. I'm not a speedrunner, but maybe it might be a 4, 5, 6 part video, something like that. I mean, maybe more. It could end up being 12 parts, because I'm expecting it to take me maybe 10 to 12 hours first time to beat it, but it could take less. It all just depends. Having to work with the rampant mod might have changed the way I look at things a little bit better. But yeah, so I actually was a little bit off on on how much left we have in the video. There's actually more like 2 or 3 minutes left. 4 minutes actually. No, 3 now. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, so we're crafting our wind turbines to build. I don't know if I actually place them or not, but I have them. I didn't see if I placed it just a second ago or not. No, I haven't placed them yet. But we crafted them. So now we're going to get some more aluminum for more nanobots, I think. repair packs. We're coming out here just destroying, because there's another nest that shows up. Like, I don't know what's so interesting about this area that these biters want to nest here. It's like I have killed these nests every time they've shown up here, and yet for some reason this seems like the best place to live. Like, I don't get it. You know, you should you should have some kind of idea. It's like when you buy a house or something, and somebody tells you, yeah, there's been like 30 murders in this house or something, and then you still decide, hey, well, I want to move there. It's like, yeah, the blood was never fully cleaned out of the carpet, but you know, you can move in if you want. I don't know, but they just for some reason love this spot to move in here to attack us, and I just don't have any more ammunition to continue to fight them. But you see, I'm making those first aid kits there to heal because I'm pretty low on health. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna go and hopefully have enough ammo to destroy these last few bases here. But there's actually a whole nother worm down there, and it's like there's so many things to just decide, like, hey, this is the best place to live in the world. We're just gonna come over here and set up camp, and we'll be fine. I just don't get it, you know. But anyway, I think I spend a couple minutes. Well, no, I'm starting my helm on, and this is where the video just cuts abruptly because I accidentally pressed the wrong button. But I ended up trying to set up a lead plate and bullets and everything in the helm mod set up, and end up accidentally ending the video. So, thank you guys so much for watching this. Yeah, we'll continue to deal with more biter attacks next video, but I really hope you all enjoyed. But for now, this is me signing off, and I've been producing videos. So, sorry, my screen messed up there. But anyway, thanks for watching.